All right, so for the Mongols, we are going to write pastoral, nomadic warriors on horseback. Okay. Then we're going to write history's largest land empire. Okay. And I want to, under that, or as a part of that list, they conquer Persia. So that's most of the Abbasid territory. They conquer Central Asia. There had been a lot of kingdoms, smaller empires there that they're taking over. They conquer China and they conquer Russia. And they organize these into khanates, like political administrative units. So there you go for the Mongols. Okay. And we've already written under the Silk Road that they love trade, so we won't put that there again. You'll remember the Mongols are they're pretty culturally tolerant. They've got their own indigenous faith. It's I think it's a form of shamanism, um, and it's tied to like the Eurasian steppe that is in their Mongolian homeland. So I can't convert to this because I'm not a Mongol type of thing. Um, so they don't really care what you do religiously because you can't be part of their religion because you're not a Mongol. So it's not that they are like, yay, we love all the religions. They don't care. So they let missionaries travel safely on the Silk Roads, just like they let merchants travel. We already wrote about Mali before, so all I'm going to do for Mali here now is just write Mansa Musa. Okay, just another little reminder there of what we already wrote down under the Trans-Saharan trade topic. Mali, or excuse me, the Maya, though, this is a place where we do need to do something a little bit interesting. We want to write about American empires. And those are going to include in Central America two that we really need to know: the Maya and the Aztec. And then in South America, we need to know about the Inca. Okay. So that's what I'm going to put up for this side for the M's. Okay. Okay. Time for B. I feel like I have less to write about the Byzantines than about Buddhism. And so I'm kind of running out of space on the left side of my paper. So I'm going to put the Byzantines under the Mongols. And I'm going to put Buddhism on the other side. Okay. So for the Byzantines, I'm going to write classical Roman Empire fell in West Europe in 476. Okay. Then I'm going to write, I'm going to abbreviate Biz Emp equals East Europe, comma, Orthodox Christianity. And then I'm going to write fell 1453. And I'll leave it at that for on here. Okay. Now, Buddhism. We are going to do a great big religion review in a couple class periods. So right now I'm going to write universal religion created in response to social inequality of India's Hinduism. And for now, I'm sorry, guys. For now, I feel that's good enough for our expanded time period acronym. I've already previously written that it spread on the Silk Road, and I am going to give you a big religion review in a couple of days. So let's just go with that for right now on our time period acronym. For E, I only have one thing. And so I'm just going to write European feudalism on the side where I have less written down so far. So for me, that's under Buddhism. All right. So here I'm just going to write post 476 CE, West Europe equals politically decentralized. Okay. I'm going to write, how do I want to do this? Let me check my time real quick. How are we doing on this video? You guys are going to kill me when you see like how many videos you have to watch today. But at least now you know, like I'm not touching anything anymore that's not going to be on this modified exam, right? Last week when we did the new content, it was really like, okay, I'm just waiting to see what's on the new test. Now that we know, as important as it is to know about the contemporary era, I really want to make sure I have you guys ready for this test. So that's why we're kind of bailing on the new stuff and moving on to review. I'm going to go ahead and write local kings, lords, knights, serfs. Okay. I think that should be enough to jog my memory for what European feudalism looked like. Remember, I don't want to spend a ton of time reading my notes when it's time to write the DBQ. I want to see stuff really quick and be like, okay, I know, good refresher, let's go. R, regional connection and diffusion. I mean, it's really cute, but we've already written about so much of this already. Okay. So regional connection, I'm going to write on one side. Darn it. I wrote that in my black pen instead of in my green pen. I'll have to put a little green box around it to make it better. Regional connection on one side of my R, and then I'm going to write regional diffusion on the other side. And so here, those maps that we were supposed to memorize, and I was going to quiz you on a bunch, got to still memorize those, got to know the different regions. Under regional connection, I just want you to write long distance trade. Actually put long distance and local trade. And we've already listed the three main routes here: Trans-Saharan, Silk Road, Indian Ocean trade. We've got that. You could add here Mediterranean sea trade. That wouldn't hurt. That's one we haven't written out on this one yet. We could put that there as another example of trade. Regional diffusion, I want you to write spread of religions / philosophies, because that's going to be a big theme for 12 to 1450, right? Buddhism was derived from Hinduism in India, but will go on to be very, very popular in East Asia. It will never replace Hinduism's popularity in South Asia. All right, my S is the Song Dynasty. Okay, so I think the years for the Song Dynasty are 960 to 1279. You can fact check me on that. And then of course, the year that the song fell is when the Mongols finally took them over, right? So Song Dynasty is really cool. They've got the mandate of heaven. That's what kind of gives them the blessing of the gods to rule. They're also using Neo-Confucianism, and we'll go into great detail on that when we review religions and philosophies. I think next week, I think, is when I have that scheduled. Gosh, they are like the trade partner you want. I'm just going to write trade bosses. I don't know how else to put it, but they've got the silk, the jade, the porcelain, the iron, the mechanical clocks, compasses, gunpowder. Like, they have all the cool stuff everybody wants. Okay. And so trade bosses, I think, kind of covers that, makes that really easy to understand. What else do we need about the Song Dynasty? I mean, they're really patriarchal because this is when foot binding really takes off, but I don't think we really need to put that on here. Gosh, I mean, trade is really the big thing for them. Whether you're coming to them via the Silk Road or via Indian Ocean trade, like if you're coming to Song China, you want their luxury goods. You want their, Champa rice and population growth. Yes. Actually, go ahead and write population boom, because they get Champa. China gets Champa rice as a tribute gift from a kingdom in Southeast Asia late in the Tang Dynasty. And by the Song, they have figured out how to terrace hillsides. They've figured how to drain swamps. And they've just grown the amount of like farmable land they have in China, which is crazy if you think about it, because you can't make more land, right? It's the one like item of value that there can't be more. But China finds a way to make more farmable land on their hillsides and their swamps and things like that. And they're growing this rice like crazy, and the population just skyrockets. So that's really, really big. I'm glad I remembered that. That would have been bad to forget. Really, really bad.